AM 1240 and 95.3 FM, WJON. This is our Get a Job segment, and Gail Cruikshank, Talent Director, Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation, is here. Gail, good to see you.
Good morning.
All right, so today we're talking about the benefits of lifelong learning. And I think most of us would like to think that we're always learning. Mm-hmm. If you got it all figured out, I suppose you're not learning anymore. But most of us don't have it all figured out, right?
No, and if there is no curiosity to learn, then there is no learning going on. And our world is set up that we never know everything, and there's always something that we could yet learn, and it motivates your brain. As we were chatting before we got on the air, what kind of motivated me to talk about this topic is I was approached by two teachers in our districts that wanted to do an externship for the summer. So meet with an employer, learn more about their industry, so then they can be a better teacher to their students in the classroom. And I just said, I wish I could, every teacher could experience this, because seeing it happen right in the environment of an industry is so much more real and so much more applicable, and just really helps everybody get a better understanding of the job that they have or that they want, which is, I think, will just help them again in their career selection.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So how would you describe what lifelong learning is?
Well, it's really any effort to approach to learning in something new. It can be in your personal life, it can be in your professional life, and it can be very unstructured or structured, but it has to be self-motivated by you. Like if I wanted to learn how to be a radio host, or say I wanted to DJ a dance, and I, wanted to learn from an experienced individual, I could come and, learn from you. And it can be very informal, or it can be more structured. So what's nice about this is it can be whatever you want. And it really should be not when you're looking for a job necessarily, but if there's something you've always wanted to do, or a skill that maybe you don't have that your employer would love for you to have to help you with your work, that's when we can use this to our advantage. Find some of your connections or your networks that maybe so-and-so is really good at this and I'm not, and I would like to be better. So it's just learning from that person. So it's kind of a combination of mentorship, just networking and learning as you go, because it really challenges our brains. I mean, we can also get, excited when we learn something new in a very comfortable setting, obviously.
Right, yeah. So why is lifelong learning important for people in the workforce? Why should they do that?
It's a great question, and I think a lot of us don't think about it, because we think, oh, we've got a job, it's going great, I love my company, they're continuing to train me, that sort of thing. But I read that only 25% of job seekers have the skills that an employer really needs for the job that they are hiring them for, which employers are committed to doing some training too. But again, as that employee, you want to continue to grow as well. And so seeking out those things that maybe you can get better at to then allow you to move up in promotions, obviously make more money, all those sort of things. And like I mentioned, it helps our brain stay healthy, because when we're learning something new, we're engaged in it. So, I think if we all get kind of stagnant in our jobs, it's kind of like our brain's not challenged, it's not stimulated. So we all want to obviously live to be long, healthy age, and, continuing to learn is always going to allow us to do that. The other thing that I think is critical is it helps us stay connected. So it allows you to expand your network, to, reach out to colleagues, friends, past employees, past colleagues, and just, reconnect with them and learn something that you are seeking to learn. So it has to be something that you're either wanting to learn, or your employer maybe perhaps is asking you to perfect a skill to, better fit the needs of the role that you're in. So, and I think it just makes you feel fulfilled. I think it makes you feel like I'm doing great things and learning something new. And it makes you more valuable in the workplace. A lot of people employers are looking for people that are multifaceted and have various experiences. Well, the more experience you bring, you then become that employee of choice or that candidate of choice to be able to be selected by that company.
So, I mean, clearly there's lots of reasons why continuing to learn is a benefit. So what are some of the skills that you should have for someone who is, lifelong skills, something that could be beneficial to you?
Well, there's some core ones that are, rather general in nature. But then also I encourage you to think about, it can be anything that fits your life, but just to kind of get that thoughts going, leadership. Maybe there is somebody that you just aspire, like she or he is the most amazing leader. I want to learn how they do that better. What tips can they share for me, and that kind of thing. Communication. We all communicate, right? And our world has become very driven by electronic communications, which sometimes can be misunderstood. So if there's ways to build your communication skills to enhance, to make sure that you're delivering the messages you want to be delivering and that people are receiving them in the right way, is also something. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, curiosity. That is something that we all need to have. And if we're not curious, then we're not continuing to learn. So that's something to think about. And adaptability. Just think back of how much our worlds have all adapted since 2020. Some for good, some maybe for not so good. But again, you have to have that mindset of being easily adaptable. So to both your employer, you look more appealing, as well as if you are a job seeker, then again, you have those wide range of, I can do whatever, or if I don't know, just show me where I learn how to do it. And if I'm adaptive to what the needs are, you're going to become, again, more of an ideal employee.
Sounds like there's a lot of practical skills involved.
There is, absolutely. And again, I don't want people to think that, oh, I got to go do all this. Think about something that you personally strive to get better at, and then go find the right resources to do it. And our community is filled with so many great people that want to help. Like I was referencing these externships that I'm helping coordinate. I had a list of 10 employers that wanted to help these two teachers within an hour or two. So it's like they want to give back, and they're just sharing their experience in their career field. The other cool thing that I'm helping do this summer is a job shadow for a high school student. She's going into a particular career, and she just wanted to talk with some people that are in that career. So again, our employers jumped up to the plate and said, oh, I would love to do that. So they're chatting with her for an hour or two or whatever it leads to be. And she's getting a better idea of what her job's going to look like that she is going to start to school with. So again, it helps with that, identifying the career that's best for you. It helps you kind of get your feet wet. It helps round out your skill set. So just lots of variety of where it can really be helpful to all of us, anything from birth to end of life.
Well, and that kind of motivation seems pretty amazing. Somebody who's 18 years old, who's already thinking that far ahead.
I know. It's like every employer would like one of her.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I can imagine doing that at 18.
Well, and I'm sure there's lots of students that might be doing it, and maybe they have the connections through their parents or neighbors or caring adults, and that's great. I just really encourage everybody, no matter what stage you are in your career, to think about lifelong learning for you and what would you like to learn, and how, who could you reach out to secure that opportunity. And if you need help with that, that's maybe where I can be of assistance, or, others in the community can be, ask your boss, ask, a colleague of yours, because so many people have so many hidden skills and attributes that we don't know about that I think if we explore those, you're going to find somebody that could fit that request that you're looking for.
Gail, we always talk about it being a job seeker market. Is it still?
Yes.
Has that changed much at all?
It's changed a little bit in the sense that I'm hearing from employers that they are seeing more applications. So that is feeling good about that. But still, there's lots of jobs available. And again, I'm also continuing to hear those employers that are listening to their employees to see what's important to them, and then allowing or implementing what they can within their work environment, or having the best success with filling of jobs. So again, lifelong learning leads right into that, again, continuous learning, which all job seekers are looking for. So if you as an employer can say that you're offering lifelong learning in a variety of ways, whatever works for your organization, that's going to be that other step up that you're going to get to be that employer of choice.
What sectors are we continuing to see a lot of jobs available in?
It's really all over the board. If you go to JobSpot and just take a peek, I mean, there's about 5,500 jobs open, which usually we've been trending over 6,000. So you can tell there's a little bit less, but there is every single industry could grow if they had the full staff or, enough people to do it. So, which is exciting for our region because we're not only solely focused on one industry. We have strong opportunity in all industries.
If people do want to find out more about job opportunities, whether it be the 5,500 jobs that are available, or if your employer, some tools that they might be able to use, what website should they go to?
Yes, for our job seekers that are looking for jobs or thinking about maybe potentially relocating to our area, stcloudshines.com has all the resources you'll need to learn everything about our community. And also, in addition, JobSpot, which highlights all of our jobs within the 3-county region of Benton, Stearns, and Sherburne County, all automatically populated, so employers don't have to post, and then they come down when the employer fills the job. And then for employers, if you're looking for resources, come to our Greater St. Cloud our Development Corporation website, which is just greaterstcloud.com. We've got a full amount of employer resources that are free for anybody to use in the community.
Excellent. Gail, thank you. We'll talk to you again next month.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. Gail Cruikshank, Talent Director, Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation, joining us here on WJON.